What's up, everybody? Welcome to Level Up with Larry and Leo, where we turn trials into opportunity and dreams into reality. I'm Larry, and this is the co-host, Brother Leo.
Hey, yo!
We got a really awesome session set up for you all today. We are going to be doing some reactionary coaching, helping the people with our unsolicited advice. And we're all here for how you feeling, Leo?
Feeling good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And before we get started today, we want to definitely give a shout out to our sponsors, Next Level Media Marketing, where we help you level up with all of your marketing needs, and Curb and Key Realty, helping with all your realty needs in the Tampa Bay area. Hit up my boy Leo if you're looking for a house or a crib in Tampa Bay.
Like we like to say, opening the door to what's next. So wherever you're at, whether you're going from apartment to your house or from your starter home to your step-up home or from your step-up home downsize because now you're an empty nester, we're there for you.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we got some crazy stories today to bring to you all, and we're all here to react to it. The first title that we will be looking at today is, drum roll please, drum roll please, drum roll please, I'm officially broke today.
You broke! Because you broke!
With only $3 in my bank account. That's it. $3. That's it. Nothing else.
That gives me anxiety just hearing that. That gives me that gives me anxiety just hearing that.
There's a whole story behind this, and we're here to help. We're not here to judge. We understand, if not for the grace of God. If not for the grace of God. Let's dive into this story. Let's help this man out. Go ahead and say it, Leo. Go ahead and say it.
I need your help!
He needs some help. We're here to provide the help. So let's get the backstory right now. Again, I'm officially broke today with only $3 left in my bank account after building startups for the past 10 years, earning a master's degree, and even raising $100,000 in seed funding for one of my earlier ventures. Today, I find myself with only $3 in my bank account. It's been a rough ride, to say the least. Over the years, I've dealt with depression, anxiety, and a lot of bad decision making. Every time I try to start something new, I find a way to sabotage myself. My relationship with the love of my life fell apart along the way, which only added to the pain and confusion. I know this is rock bottom. A lot of this is on me. My inability to find balance and my self-destructive tendencies. Has anyone else been here before? How did you find your way back up? Not looking for sympathy, just some real honest advice from anyone who's been where I am.
What babaloo bop balop man broke is what you are, sir. I've been there. But this was before I was married. I've been so broke that I couldn't get a McChicken when McChickens were 99 cents. Unsolicited advice. First thing you got to do is being broke is temporary. You've raised six figures in seed funding before. So you obviously have built a good network of people and relationships. First thing that I would do is seem to have taken accountability. You say it's on you. You lack balance. You taken accountability about your poor decision making. So, find some common things in your decision making and fix that, address that, and go back to those folks that provided the seed funding and saw the company go to zero if they didn't get their return, and mend those fences if they need to be mended, and find path forward, which might mean you working for someone else for a while to rebuild your confidence, to take the pressure off. As a entrepreneur, a lot we have pressure that we got to make the budget, we got to make the payroll. There's a lot of pressures that right now might not be a good time for you to enter right back into that. So see if you could leverage some of your relationships to find you a job for the next year, 6 months, whatever it takes for you to get back to a place where you can make good decisions, that you're not going to make a strictly money-based decision. Reanalyze to see if that, if the entrepreneurial path is the path for you, and maybe you might be better served to not be the one casting the vision, but someone that's in the background implementing it, kind of teaching from the things that you've messed up on. But in terms of money, I would start doing some hustles, man. Get on whatever skill that you have, get on Upwork, get on Fiverr. If you have some technical skills, you could leverage that. If you have a car, you could leverage that. You could deliver Uber, you could deliver DoorDash. Leverage those things so you could get some money in your pocket. And there's no shame in it. You got to start from where you're at.
What's the goal? What are you trying to accomplish? A lot of people who end up killing it in business, they've had situations like this. This is not new. We hear the stories all the time. So-and-so went broke doing this. So-and-so went broke doing that. I'm not going to go as far to say that you're not designed or built to be an entrepreneur, but I want to know what your goal is. What caused your business to fall off beyond like your personal situation, which I don't think a lot of times we talk about enough in the entrepreneurial space, how our personal life bleeds in to how our businesses are going. Like everything connects to everything. Your health, your spiritual life, your relationship life, all of it they're not separate, especially when you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
If you're working a job, you can separate your personal life from your professional life. As an entrepreneur, you can.
It's a lot tougher, definitely.
So whoever your intimate relationship with, how your children are doing, how your personal health is doing. If you're going through things in your personal life, it's going to impact the way your business is going, because it's really difficult to separate personal from professional as an entrepreneur. So I think like pinpointing what went wrong, and then what your goal is. Like, what are you trying to accomplish? Are you just trying to make 6 figures? Are you trying to make 7 figures? Like, what is the goal? You're obviously smart because you have an MBA, like you have a master's degree. You've been able to raise capital, $100,000 in capital. That's not easy. So you obviously have connections to people who have money, or there's access to capital. So,
and they saw something in you too. They saw something in you to be willing to part with their money.
Sometimes losses are the best things for us as entrepreneurs, because you learn a lot more on the way down than you do on the way up. Sometimes you can have success and you don't even know why. But you hit them, like when you go through some trials, that pain when you look at your bank account and you see $3.
Jeez, bro. Woo!
And he didn't even mention whether or not he has kids. If I don't have kids, it's a different situation. Like
$3 is $3, bro.
Yeah, but if you have kids, they need lunch money tomorrow. They need shoes tomorrow. You need gas to take them to school. That's not even enough gas to get them to school. And not to mention your own personal rent, your own personal expenses. End up living in your car. Can't even drive that car. You ain't got no gas. Talk about Uber. You don't even have enough money to get gas to go drive Uber.
No, but bro, obviously you had more than $3 before you got to the $3 mark. Now that you're at the $3 mark, my whole thing is now you have to get some level of stability, because you're not, and financially speaking, and you said your relationships has been hurt by this. You're not stable right now. Like, you have to get a base.
You wake up, you have $3 in your bank account. Tomorrow, God forbid, you wake up, you got $3 in your bank account. You have nothing else to hold. You have no savings. What are you doing?
Right, like I said, I'm doing side hustles. As many side hustles as I could do to leverage my skills, my talent, I'm doing side hustles.
You going for a loan?
Not if I don't know what I'm doing with it. I would not tell him to get a loan right now, because that's just adding more pressure. Now it's time to trade time for money, so you could get to a place where you could be stable, and then you could trade some money for time, trade money for freedom, explore getting a business or getting a 9-to-5, because you're not going to get a 9-to-5 tomorrow. So do what you can, side hustles, temp agencies, like do everything that you can to get some money in your pocket. Mm-hmm. Then just know that it's a means to an end. Then you could transition to saying, okay, rent's going to be doing the first, and $3 ain't going to pay the rent.
Okay, so what I would do in this situation, if I'm him, what I know, I would probably be signing up for Uber. I'm making a list. See, I think too, it's no having a network, right? Because your network is your net worth.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that, and we understand it's relationship over revenue. I'm figuring out like what's something that I can deliver. You have some skill. Like in my case, it's either a website or something that I can offer. And I'm reaching out to every person in my network. I'm going to say, hey, I'm in a situation. I'm looking at every single person I've done business with to this point. Because the thing about Uber and all of those other things is that's not going to change your life. Making $50 in a night, $100 in a night, it's going to do
No,
something.
because
But
he needs immediate right now. Is how I'm taking it. Like, bro, you've got $3. You need some
no, I know that.
immediate.
I'm not again, and I would definitely be doing that too. But on top of that, as I'm leveraging whatever skill that I've developed to this point.
Yeah, and that's why. And I mentioned Upwork. I mentioned Fiverr. Like, if you have some technical skills that you could offer, definitely jump on there. But that is not
Any
as immediate because they gotta request your services, and
any
you're fighting against other
relationship
people.
that I have not burnt up until this point, because it sounds like a lot of relationships have been burnt.
Yeah,
I'm finding if there's any way that I can pull from my current network something that I can deliver pretty quickly that can get me $500, whatever, and see how many of those that I can stack up just to get back somewhat stable.
back
But
right.
also in conjunction with that, I got to get the right people around me, whether that is, getting like my family, whether that is a church or a faith community or a community of entrepreneurs, people that are positive, that are going to add some type of value. It doesn't always have to be money, but because I think too, the people we surround ourselves with makes a big difference.
100%.
So finding people that I can surround myself with that just, keeps me in a good mental state, just finding those skills that I can leverage for some quick money, but also thinking about my goal, like what am I trying to accomplish? You know what I mean? And trying my best to stay positive, because you can your mind can get so dark so fast where you're like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Mm.
So you got to have some type of goal moving forward.
My whole approach is let's get some money in your pocket. Like, for me, I wouldn't have hit the panic button at $3. I'd hit the panic button much higher amount. I wouldn't hit the panic button
Well,
at
you never
300.
know what caused it to go that low. He might have been in debt and that automatic withdrawal. You ever have that?
Bruh, bruh. Not to bring you to 3. Like, if I get down to a certain amount, my neck starts itching. I would venture to say that it got to $3, but you had to have hit the panic button a lot earlier than $3. And if you didn't, then that brings it to question again your decision making. Like, and you have to figure out what is the common theme of all those poor decisions that you made.
Would you like change if things got so bad in a certain location? Would you move if you had that opportunity?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sometimes moving and getting a new start is good. But in the same time, you have to,
you got to address your own issues.
Yeah, you can't run. You can't run from it.
You can't run from yourself. And you can't run from, if you owe people money, they're going to find you.
The main thing I want to stress is, A, you have to hit the panic button a lot earlier. B, you got to find out what are the common themes in your poor decision making. C, you have to start making money now. Everything that you know how to do and you know how to do it well, put yourself on there, and things that you may see that's beneath you. Everything in service that you may not have thought of, that will get you quick money in your hands that you could begin to make more sound decisions.
And everybody loves a comeback story, man. I'm an optimist. I believe anybody, you could come back. You can win. You can kill it.
Yeah. Failure's not final.
Leo is more of the realist. I'm the optimist. I feel like, hey, just get back out there, champ. We good, man. We good. Everybody loves a comeback story. Everybody, we all slip up, but that just makes the victory that much more sweeter, man. Hey, anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Yeah, with work and the right people, I definitely think you could get back into it. And if entrepreneurship is your goal and you want to start a business or build a product, then you could definitely do that. It might take you 6 months, a year, 2 years, and you might have to, be part of a team that's doing it and doing it well and learn some more from it, because going to grad school doesn't prepare you to be
at all.
So
it prepares you to work for an entrepreneur.
Yeah. It doesn't prepare you for what's necessary. So yeah, man, we empathize because I think we've all been to a place where we are below what we're comfortable with. And that's why I got a little bit of anxiety just hearing your story. It's because I remember not being able to get a McChicken, like, and being hungry. I don't have enough to get a McChicken. I don't have enough to get an all-American meal from McDonald's.
There are some people though that are they're addicted to being in those types of situations.
Oh, now we talk about mindset. Some people do, and you'll have to address this yourself, because you said you keep making poor decisions, and that might have to do with your mindset.
They don't like the idea of being comfortable.
Yeah.
They'll sabotage just because they're like, nah.
They're comfortable in the discomfort. They're used to it. Having excess money in the bank makes them anxious. Like not having money in the bank makes most of us anxious. That's a mental thing. That's a self-limiting belief that you'll have to work on.
I think I heard Elon Musk is like that. He loves being in chaos. Like that's where he
thrives.
That's where he thrives, is in chaos. Like he was loving it when Twitter was like tanking. He was like, yeah.
Because you get put in 80 hours, and that's a hero syndrome. Everybody needs something to fuel them, and if that's your path, that is a
crazy path.
You're choosing violence and treachery. I don't. And I think there's some mental work that could be done to help you get to a better place than that. Your mindset about your worth and where you add value, it doesn't have to always be in a chaotic space for you to add value.
What's the key takeaway?
Key takeaway is you've already taken accountability, which is great. 2 is, what can you do right now to put money in your pocket? 3, what can you do in terms of offering a service or a product to people that could put money in your pocket? What you define as success doesn't mean going and learning from a startup that's successful and then seeing what your next, venture will be, or maybe that is what it is. You're going to work for a firm and be there for 20 years, whatever that end path is, figuring that out and how to get.
All right. Well, this week's episode of I Need Your Help. If you got any value from this, hit like, hit subscribe, hit share, and stay tuned for another episode of I Need Your Help and all the rest of the content we got coming out. Like always, guys, be safe, level up.
Peace.